Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Jade Empire Closed Fist walkthrough. So we are in Dirge, we have been resurrected. All hail the water dragon, I guess. So there's two statues here actually. One is of what appears to be it's like a demon statue that looks like Chai Ka. Now, I think that acts as a focus shrine right now. And then there's a statue of Ma Sung that acts as a what is that? A chi restoration. So kind of cool. Both of those we'll visit a bit later as well. Anyways, all right. So the replenishment of the mind is focus +7, chi +7. So that's a technique that we got from. I think literally a pile of corpses. And then, all right, so the mantra of inspiration. Now, this is a plot item that will just be used once we get the other cogs, and that'll be coming right up. And then pages from the Tome of Release. Now, that's basically, I guess it's a sort of a ritual that we'll actually use those statues for. I should say one of those statues for.
Asayir on Nikufumir, Aknatnir Sawir Pika. Dukiyir Wosayir Nusi, Wo Nikawonoyu.
Okay, so here's a couple of Imperial soldiers that are stuck here. There's actually a few more that we'll be able to fight as well. Now, we'll actually be able to kind of get rid of the spirits here, sort of, kind of, with the Ritual of Release. So that's the one that we've got the page for so far. And we'll have to collect the rest of, or the other 4, and then we can perform the ritual that will kind of rid this place of the dead Imperial soldier spirits. Okay, so this is the start of Chapter 6, wherein a friend is returned to the living. Dirge is under siege once more, and the fate of Death's Hand is sealed. Okay, history will repeat itself. All right, so basically, we've been restored. We're back to life. Emperor Lee is attacking, or sorry, I guess. Wait, is it technically Emperor Lee? Maybe not yet. Maybe it is. I guess it probably is, right? Because the old emperor's dead. And I think Lee has proclaimed himself the new emperor. But anyways, all right. So here is the second page for the Tome of Release. I believe there's one more in the middle of this courtyard here. But anyways, so like I had mentioned earlier there with the two statues, or what where we kind of started out the video. There's two ways to kind of take care of the spirits here. One is to basically just like rip the spirits to shreds, and have them not ever return back to, what is it, the Wheel of Life or whatever. And that's the route that we're going to take because we're Closed Fist. The open palm version is handled by praying at the opposite statue. I think in order to go with the Closed Fist, we pray at the demon statue, and then I think if you want to do the open palm, you pray at the spirit monk statue instead. But all right, anyway, so that's the third page there. I think we can only get 4 right now before we start the next dialogue choices, but think we can get the other set of cogs. Or maybe I have it backwards. We'll see. But yeah, so anyways, we'll get a technique by completing the ritual of release, and then again, like I had mentioned earlier, we're gonna have actually another technique even by or when we obtain those second or that second set of cogs. So here is the actually yeah, wow, we get both there. So we get the beveled cogs as well as a fourth page. Now I'll be honest. I didn't really need to backtrack all the way. I like that you must gather your party before venturing forth. That's an old, I don't know if that was a nod to Baldur's Gate, but that was a pretty common event, I guess, in Baldur's Gate. You must gather your party before entering. But anyways, all right. So I actually did decide to head all the way back up to the prayer wheels. The meditation wheels. Now, I'll be honest, I didn't really need to do this right now because I could have just waited and come back after I had taken care of the next bit of dialogue. Because basically what happens is we'll do some dialogue and then we'll get that fifth page, and then we can kind of explore Dirge a bit more. But anyways, all right, so. Here, by interacting with these cogs, we're able to repair them, and you can only repair, 2 out of the 5 or something like that. And then once we spin the wheels, we'll be able to get this technique. Now, keep in mind that if you try using these prayer wheels before you use the cogs, you'll get an inferior technique. And you won't be able to get this technique. So you can only get one of them, one of the techniques, that is. And again, you just want to wait until you get both of the wheels. And there's our reward. So health plus 5 and chi plus 15. The wheels were merely a training tool. You feel closer to understanding the nature of the water dragon than before. So all right, cool stuff. So there's really only one thing left to do, and again, that's to collect that 5th page, and we'll definitely do that here. Again, it's going to be after we've got a ton of dialogue though, and finally we'll get to see the culmination of the romance plot, and we'll actually resolve that, or again, we'll actually get to see that now, which. It's a pretty corny scene, and it's a little weirder if you think about it a bit more by knowing that Dawnstar and the princess are actually cousins. So a little odd.
You are here, alive. We thought you were dead, and then I had visions of the strangest things.
Dawnstar guided us to this place, but I expected a ghost, not flesh and blood.
Normally, I would warn that such arrogance would bring the wrath of the heavens, but you appear to have a far more intimate understanding of them than I do.
Your role is of great importance indeed. Mortals are never returned to life in their own form.
Few things are more dangerous than the interest of the heavens.
Pardon the intrusion, but might I add the entire army of the Emperor to that list? Or is that too small a thing for your attention?
Your return was predicted by more than Dawnstar. Assaulting the spirit realm has alerted your enemies.
Your former master, my uncle, has taken the Jade Empire as his own. Emperor Sun Li has set the whole of his forces against us, and we are trapped here in Dirge. After you defeated my father, and Li struck you down, he claimed both your amulet and the heart of the water dragon and announced that his rule had begun. The Lotus Assassins were his almost immediately. Your amulet must have allowed him to quickly do what it took my father years to accomplish. We had no choice but to flee. In the days after, the new Emperor did not seem overly concerned with capturing us, and we did not know where to go.
He didn't consider us a threat. We had no way of fighting him. Just as with Sun High, only a spirit monk can face him with hope of success.
That's why we came here. Dawnstar's vision seemed impossible, but any hope was better than none.
Unfortunately, Emperor Sun Li sensed your stirrings in the spirit realm as well, and now we are trapped.
You do not face Emperor Sun Li. You face the whole of the Imperial Army. All of it. Not lone assassins or a single brigade, but the whole of the army, golems and all.
Only one path is passable by foot, and that is the route they are coming up. We cannot sneak past such a horde.
My marvelous dragonfly will not survive the passage either. The winds force a certain path, and the army's flyers are guarding it well. But that is our luck, as well as our sorrow. Their inferior flyers can barely stay aloft in such currents. They will not overrun us from the air, at least not in numbers.
Let us hope that your courage is not unfounded. We have until tomorrow to plan before the bulk of the force will be upon us.
We will start securing the temple. The great gates of this place will grant us some valuable time. At least they will not take us by surprise.
Fortifications. Perhaps I will remove some of the ordnance from the marvelous dragonfly. Properly applied, it may prove useful tomorrow. Come, Whirlwind, I need your muscle.
That's the Black Whirlwind. And as long as it makes the coming fight more interesting, I'll lift whatever you want.
That is all we can do to save ourselves today. But there was more that you learned in the spirit realm, wasn't there? I can tell. I saw hope in my vision that led us to you, but there was also something I didn't want to believe. I didn't tell the others. Can it be true? Am I really Master Li's daughter?
What? Laughable. I see why you didn't tell us. That is ridiculous.
It is no more outlandish than half the things I have seen in your company. She is of the right age.
Lots of children are born every day. I was born at that time. If you don't count this latest rebirth, so is our friend here.
But I was named for the fires of Dirge. Hui said as much, and it seems obvious now. The red glow opposite the morning sun was the temple burning.
So what if it was? It could have been visible across the Empire. But that's not... That would make her...
A cousin, a princess, a rival?
You be quiet. This is not amusing. A ploy with potential, but you might as well make up anything. This is hard to swallow.
Does anyone care how I feel about this? We must use it to unsettle him. That will make it easier to defeat him. He used all of us. We can't let this opportunity go.
You are both crazy. I'll go along with it if it helps us in the end, but I'll need more proof to believe it, and I expect Sun Li will too.
We have to survive the coming attack before anyone is told anything. We've done all we can for now. Tomorrow will decide our fates.
We should all get some rest. But if I could have a word with you when the others have gone, I need to speak with you.
Okay, so actually at this point now, I thought we were going to take care of all the dialogue. Not the case, though. So here's our 5th page of the Ritual of Release. Now I'm just going to run past Silk Fox here. And if you notice, there's a ghost right here. Imperial Captain Ghost. Alright, so once we take this guy out, and wow, he's really slow. So he's got a one-hand, or the one-handed sword, which is normally really fast, but for whatever reason, this dude is super slow with it. Anyways, so yeah, and I jumped the gun actually a little bit there on the Dawnstar Silk Fox, romance culmination. That'll be coming up. We basically just had the reunion, of everybody, and kind of the revelation that not only are we, back, and now it's you must rest before venturing forth. Okay, fair enough. But yeah, so not only are we back to life, but also our life is threatened once again by Master Li marching with the entire Imperial army. So. But hey, you know what? Whatevs. We're gonna take care of business. So, all right. Let's head back now. Unfortunately, we need to head all the way back into the temple, and I think you have to do this now. Man, I'm just trying to. Technically, there is one more. There is another chance to do this if you don't complete it right this second, but. You might as well do it now. Alright, so here's the Heavenly Gate Guardian statue. And again, if you're going the Closed Fist route, which obviously we are, this is the statue that you want to pray at. Or meditate at, whatever. Perform the ritual. Alright, so here you have it. So sever the spirits of the cursed Imperial soldiers from the Wheel of Life. Okay, there you have it. So we get the, that's the Closed Fist version of that ritual. Again, if you're going open palm, you just pray at the, or you perform the ritual at the other statue. So here's the reward there, which is chi +7, health +7. Harness the tattered shreds of, alright, so basically we just completely destroy the Imperial soldier spirits that were trapped here. Shred them from the Wheel of Life forever, and like he's kind of comment there if we weren't really sure if they were deserved that fate, but we've taken the remnants of their spirits or whatever into ourselves and thus become more powerful. Is always happy to serve you. So pretty crazy stuff here. I just checked Zinbu one more time here. He unfortunately doesn't have the really good techniques until chapter 7, so we'll unfortunately have to wait just a wee bit more to get that. I think I technically ended up buying 2 of them after I think I had to sell like basically all of my gems to get that second technique, but at a certain point, we're at the end of the game. There's basically no more conversation checks anymore, so there just wasn't really a reason to hang on to any of the other gems that I had.
I was wondering when we'd find time to be alone. Everyone has been hovering about you since you got back. I have hesitated to talk to you. I wanted to be sure of what I would say, to be sure that you were still the person I cared so much about. Do you remember the hearts you left behind? I'm not the only one waiting for an answer. Your death left us shaken. It seemed like an eternity before Dawnstar had that vision of the water dragon, before we knew you might return. We consoled each other. Dawnstar and I started talking, got to know each other better. We learned a few things about you, about how we felt about you. If you had to make a choice between me and her, would you? Could you? Who would it be? Ah, it's just like we thought. Poor, lovable man caught by feelings he can't stop. I never imagined that I'd love someone like you.
And neither did I.
Alright, time to do a little freaky deaky with the ladies. Alright, here we've got, I don't know, I think this is a pretty cool little series of events here where it appears that even Master Li can I don't know, I guess attack us in our dreams? I don't know. Is that what this is? An attack? Or maybe it's not. Maybe he's not actually here at all, and maybe this is just, you know, the main character doubting himself. I don't know. Either way, we're gonna have to do some kung fu.
You have done well to restore the Fountains of Dirge, but they cannot shield you fully. Not with the power I now control. This is nothing more than a dream, my pupil. I can do nothing here, but I can influence things. Do you remember your fellow students? They certainly remember you. They remember how you left them to die. They died so there would be nothing holding you back. Their deaths ensured that you were properly motivated. Without you, they would still be alive.
So this the sequence feels a lot more impactful if you're on the open palm route. The closed fist route is basically just whatever, dude. They were weak. They, you know, whatever, died. It wasn't, you know, I don't really care what happened to them. Again, if they were stronger, they wouldn't have died. You know, so again, I think this sequence just has a lot more impact if you're on the open palm route. So, but anyways, all right. So we've got Jing Wu. What is it Lin? I think is another one of the fighters here, and then I forget the third person. But obviously, we're just gonna do some chopping because they're not able to dual axes. Ow! And then Lin blocks my knocks me out of my power attack. That's not good. Who does that? I mean, really, kind of the friend does that. Student Wen. I think Wen might be the one at the beginning of the game that was like completely shut down. I was like, dude, whatever, leave me alone.
Now I see. It wasn't your fault.
Impressive, but this was only a dream. You will not be so fortunate tomorrow.
Okay, so here we are. Dawnstar and Silk Fox can be quite powerful if they work together. It's kind of interesting that the entire Imperial army got here so quickly. Whatever. We'll just have to deal. There's some interesting weapons that you can get here in Dirge as well, and I think they're pretty useful for a really short amount of time, granted, but they're useful nonetheless. So we'll pick those up.
You're awake! It sounds like the army is on the move. They're on their way up the mountain. Sky left a few hours ago. He said he was going to see how far up the mountain they had come. We haven't heard from him since, and I'm worried.
Look, he's back!
Well, that's convenient for my nerves.
Sorry for being late. Thanks, but this wasn't a mistake. Well, not a large one anyway. I went down the mountain to scout them out. I figured I could get a good estimate of how many were coming and get back here. It didn't work out like I planned. There are Lotus assassins by the score, and golems too. You didn't bury them all. They have a lot more. Imperial Army flyers in the distance, too. They'll be here soon.
Bad, bad, very bad. What are we going to do? They'll be across the main bridge in no time.
Yes, we must. The golems are not just the ones you saw before. Bigger ones, giants, siege golem.
Siege golems? Oh, I've heard of those. 30 feet tall and can throw an axe. Well, pretty darn far. I didn't have time to measure. Oh, they crush walls, too. It would be bad if they reached us. The casts I took off the dragonfly would make short work of the bridge, though. A little fire, and whoosh, earth meets sky.
You will need someone to keep any advanced Lotus assassins away from you. I will accompany you.
No, it's too dangerous for just one person. I'll go as well.
Of course. Dawnstar, a chance to prove your worth to me. You too, Kang.
Yes, Princess.
But what about the rest of us? Why just send them? Why are we sitting here holding our... Oh, I get it. They're coming here too, aren't they?
Who? The Lotus assassins? But they'd have to fly to get past the wall, and the winds are too strong.
Hundreds may die in crashes, but a few will get through. Do you really think Death's Hand minds such losses? Kang, old friend. I'd like to borrow a few of your marvelously explosive casks. I have something special in mind for any assassins who breach our line.
What? Yes, whatever you want. I have enough on my mind. During the night, I made some, reinforcements to the marvelous dragonfly. I don't sleep much, you see, ever. Anyway, I doubt we could escape, but we can make a dent.
A short run in the flyer to take the brunt of their advance. It might be a worthwhile mission, or it might be suicide.
Well, what isn't these days? It's not necessary. I leave the decision to our illustrious leader. Yes, that's the way! I knew you'd be up for it. Off we go. Everyone be ready for our return.
Make every shot count. We'll need the help.
Okay, so we've got a short flyer mission to do before the real fun begins. Now, I guess I'm going to go with Consume Spirit. I don't know that this was really that useful, but again, I'll be honest. Short of Radiant... Is it Radiant Fury? Radiant Aura, sorry. And then Shrieking Fury. I just, most of the other flyer abilities are just not that good, so... but whatever. I think I actually did fail this once, though, so buckle up and watch me fail, which is pretty common for me, apparently, in these flyer missions. I don't know. Well, I don't know. I did okay. I did generally pretty okay. But yeah. So, anyways, like I was saying earlier, though, there's a couple of hidden weapons, and I actually like the checking the journal. I kind of wish I would have picked Dawnstar as my choice to kind of take care of business with the Kang and Princess or Silk Fox. Just to take a look at her what her journal says. But unfortunately, I didn't do that. So I'm sure I was really kind of gross.
Careful now, you'll dent something.
I don't know what happened here. It looks like there's an enemy that's just completely bugged out on the left side of my screen, but I think it happened twice. So I don't I don't know if that's supposed to be. It's definitely shooting at me. I can see bullets flying from it. So, oh, and then did I destroy it? No, I don't know what's happening. Oh, and then did I just run up into that thing? I think I did. Womp womp. Okay, we'll try that again. I can assure you, though, this time I actually won. But yeah, I don't know what was going on the left side of the screen there. I don't know if just one of the enemies, well, it looks like it completely bugged out and just kind of hung out and shot at me. But the real threat is the Arnold boss thing. This probably wouldn't have been such a bad idea to use Mirage instead, just to avoid some of those shots more easily. And then, I don't know, maybe going with the triple shot instead of this, you know, the two-way or the auto fire. I just like the auto fire. So again, I don't know, maybe I should have gone with the triple shot instead. Maybe that would have been better. Oh well. Alright, so yeah, anyways. So coming up here, we're going to have a little bit of, I don't know, it's kind of a weird fight. It feels really weird because it's kind of, I don't know, it feels different than the normal fighting in the game does. So, oh, here I actually think that. And then there, okay, I don't know. So that thing is bugged out again on the left side of my screen. So I don't know. Again, I'm not sure if that was supposed to do that, or I was just trying to do a bug here. I'm trying to launch missiles over at it. Yeah, it's not doing anything there. That's really weird. Alright, anyways, yeah, actually it looked like I used way too much of my Shrieking Fury on it, but so here's what I was saying though earlier. I think using Mirage here might have been okay. Probably could have avoided some of this stuff or made it a little bit easier. As long as you can dodge a little bit, you can take.
Careful now, you'll dent something.
You can take a couple of shots here and there. Actually, look at that! I took like all those missiles, so they apparently they just don't do anything. Ah, there we go. Good deal. I'm glad I didn't have to do that again. That mission was not that fun. But, alright, so I think right after this is when we get to control, in this case I actually chose Silk Fox. Again, I wish I actually would have taken, footage of kind of both, because I just like their missions, I guess. If you pull up the journal, which I will do, you'll get to take a look at that, and I think they were, you know, they're at least kind of funny, so. Alright, anyways. And then you get Spirits Calling. I don't know why we even get that. It seems worthless.
And fought. It didn't stop them, but that black eye will make them think twice about our resolve. Now, back to bringing down the bridge.
You better have enough explosives left. Dawnstar and I can't hold them off forever.
Are you sure I shouldn't just charge the main gate? They wouldn't be expecting that.
Unexpected acts are not always successful acts.
You have a narrow understanding of success in battle, Bun Man. Must be your small head. Ha ha ha! So we shall. Blood will flow like wine, and then wine will flow like blood. That is my great wheel of life.
I don't like these odds, but death is not as final for me as it is for you, so what do I care?
It looks like we won't have long to wait. Kang better keep his mind on his task at the bridge, or this will be a short last stand.
Wait. I sense something.
Time is better spent doing than talking.
You didn't see? One of the spirit monks was right there. He stayed behind to tell me that there were hidden treasures still left in Dirge.
I saw nothing. Are you sure you didn't hit your head when you crawled out of the dragonfly?
Make light of it if you want, but he said that we should search Dirge. The magic that restored the temple also destroyed spells that cloaked chests hidden in the ruins. The monks used these chests to hide treasures, including powerful weapons. They didn't want them to fall into the Emperor's hands. He said that one was nearby. Maybe we can find it before we reach the bridge. Lead on.
All right, I'm out of time. As always, hope the guide was helpful, and hope you join me for more videos. Thanks for watching.